my car.
I brought mine.
Yours?
Excuse me.
Before I start this video, I wanted a little clarification about this review. My experience with the park occurred end of February 2026, and I went to Epic Universe in the middle of the week on weather that was not too hot or too cold. And the vast majority of this video was recorded early March 2026. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Backdan's Thoughts. And man, it's been a really long time. I mean, a really long time since I've done a traditional episode of Backdan's Thoughts. But I thought, you know what? Now's the time to do it. And you know what? Let's do something that is going to make the YouTube algorithm really hate me. Today, we're going to do a review of Epic Universe, the new theme park at Universal Orlando Resort that has not been open a year yet. And I just recently got back from vacation from Universal, and I had a really great time. I had a really phenomenal time. Overall, the park is great, really great customer service. Let's just say the mouse better watch out, because Universal is a really good competitor. But I really wanted to review the new park, Epic Universe, because I'm sure a lot of people have been to Universal Studios. I'm sure a lot of you have been to Islands of Adventure, but Epic Universe is the new park that just came out, and I've heard very mixed reviews about it. So I thought, you know what? Give you my thoughts, my experience. So for context, I went by myself as a single rider and I stayed on resort. I didn't stay in a premium resort. I stayed in Summerside Dockside Inn. So I got early admission to the park, but I did not get Express Pass. And actually, staying in a premium resort only gets you Express Passes for Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. You do not get an Express Pass to Epic Universe for staying in a premium resort. So just so you see the context of my experience at Universal. And overall, I had a really fun time. I had a really great time. The way the park is broken up is that essentially you enter through a portal. You enter through a portal to the main area, Celestial Park, which has two rides. You have the carousel and you have Stardust Racers. Unfortunately, Stardust Racers was closed. So I didn't really get to experience that ride. But the carousel was cool. It's a little different than a regular carousel, I feel like. Don't really know how to describe it, but it's fun. I really enjoy it. And Celestial Park has really great scenery, a fountain, a great view of the Grand Helios Hotel. I enjoy it. I enjoy that area. But what really makes the park are the four different areas that you portal into. So the big one, the one that everyone's thinking about probably is the Harry Potter world, because it would not be a Universal park without a Harry Potter world. And it's a little weird, honestly. So the area is 1920s Paris from Fantastic Beast. You see a La Quidditch sign. But then the ride is Battle at the Ministry, which takes place at the Ministry of Magic in Britain, where Dolores Umbridge is on trial after the events of Deathly Hallows. So it doesn't quite fit the theme other than it being Harry Potter franchise. I mean, you look at Diagon Alley at Universal Studios, Escape from Gringotts. That's related to Diagon Alley. You got Hogsmeade at Islands of Adventure, which, for those of you who don't know, that's the city right outside Hogwarts in Harry Potter. So in that case, you have rides related to Hogwarts. The Forbidden Journey, which takes place in Hogwarts. You got Hagrid's motorcycle ride, which takes place in Hogwarts. And then you got Flight of the Hippogriff, which takes place in Hogwarts. In Epic Universe, it's weird that the ride doesn't really fit the land, so that is a minor criticism I have. Okay, I do have a minor correction to make with this. Technically, the whole land is called Ministry of Magic, and it's supposed to be from 1920s Paris to 1990s British Ministry. I'm just saying it's weird how they blend the 2 together. That's all I'm saying. And from my experience, the only instance of 1990s Britain is the ride itself. I didn't really get the feeling from the land. That's all I'm saying. But I do have to say, Ministry of Magic is a phenomenal ride. It's probably one of the best rides I have ever been on. First of all, I've only seen the movies. I have not read the books, and one thing that drove me insane is that after Deathly Hallows, you don't see Dolores Umbridge get punished. I know, she does get punished in the books, but you don't see it in the movies, and that drove me insane because the actress did a really good job of making you hate this character. So, the ride, it was really nice to see her get her comeuppance. But also, it's just the queue's amazing. It's you're in the Ministry of Magic, and you see this big newspaper with Dolores Umbridge on trial. Everything about it is so amazing. Just it looks like you're in the Ministry of Magic to the point of when you exit, the green smoke actually appears like in the Ministry of Magic in the Harry Potter movies. Now, granted, I screwed it up because I took a selfie, so I think I threw off the system and made the green fire appear before I actually exited. But other than that, and I would just say I went in early admission. I showed up an hour before the park opened and I got in pretty quickly. I would do that first thing, get to Epic Universe as soon as possible, get for early admission, go straight to the ride, and honestly, you won't be waiting too long. I mean, again, I'm a single rider, so there was a certain point where they pulled me on because they needed a seat to fill. I really loved the ride itself. So the ride itself, you're in one of those elevator thingies that in the Ministry of Magic, and it's really cool, really good visuals, really good screens, really good animatronics. Like, everything about this ride is so good. I really love it. It's one of the best rides I have ever been on. But get there first. Get there first, early admission, and show up an hour before the park even opens. Yes, it's an hour of waiting, but it's an hour of waiting that you're not going to be going on another ride instead. So just think about that. And then another really great land that I loved was Dark Universe, which is the Monsters universe. There was the Curse of the Werewolf coaster, which I went on. It was cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But the other ride I really liked there, like this is probably, I would say, another like one of the best rides I've ever been on. And I know I say that a lot in this video so far, but this would be another one. It's Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. So you got Frankenstein's great down the line granddaughter. I don't know how many greats is involved in that, but she's basically trying to control the other monsters, like Dracula. It's like a dark ride, kind of like Forbidden Journey. If you've been on Forbidden Journey, you're on those. I don't know how you describe it, but you're on those lift thingies. They move you up and down and towards the screen, away from the screen. But just it's another ride with really good animatronics, really good screens, and honestly, in my opinion, you get a lot less motion sick than you do with Forbidden Journey. But another thing I love about the ride is the throughput. The throughput is amazing. They get people on and off so quickly. I don't think I've waited more than 15 to 20 minutes. Now, granted, I only went through the regular queue once, and then I mostly did single rider line, but honestly, regular queue is not that long. I recommend doing it at least once because you get more of the story, but single rider line, I mean, I probably went on that ride like 10 times in the middle of the day because it was one of the only rides that didn't have a long wait time. But it's really popular. It's a really good ride. And they get you on really quickly. Honestly, the only I don't know if I really call this a negative with a ride versus a negative with myself is that there's a lot of jump scares on the ride, which is really cool. But when you go on the ride over and over and over and over and over again, the jump scares, at least to me, were a little less thrilling because you see it coming. I mean, but again, that's not really an issue with the ride itself. That's more of an issue with Maybe other rides wait times being too long, so then you go on that ride over and over again, but it's still fun. I still had a fun time every single time we were on the ride. It's really cool. And there was a certain point where I was playing this game where I would do a pose right when they take your picture, because I knew when it happened. It's another really cool ride that I really loved. Another land is Isle of Berk from How to Train Your Dragon. So I'm gonna be honest about my knowledge of How to Train Your Dragon. I saw the second movie without seeing the first movie back in 2014 when it came out, and then I saw the first movie right before going to Universal, and I watched the live action version on the plane ride to Florida. I didn't really have a lot of knowledge beforehand, but it's cool. I liked both rides. Okay, actually, there are 3 rides in that area, but I did not go on Fire Drill because I did not feel like getting my clothes wet. I really liked Hiccup's Wing Glider, which is basically a cool little roller coaster, has really great animatronics. So it's weird. It was technically a 50-minute wait time for me, but I don't know. It's like you keep moving the whole time. So for me, it didn't even feel that way. And then there's Dragon Racers Rally, which is another ride where it's like you go. How to describe this? Now, granted, in the editing, you'll see pictures, so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But you go up and down, sort of like you're on. It's like you're actually flying like a dragon. It's really cool, and you can kind of control how much you move in it. I don't know how to really describe it exactly, but it's another really fun ride. And last but not least, Super Mario World. I'm going to tell you my biggest mistake with that ride, Donkey Kong. It's a roller coaster and it fills up crazy. I went on it last. I waited at least an hour, and that was the single rider line. Okay, the single rider line. And I would recommend, honestly, after Battle at the Ministry, go straight to Donkey Kong. Go straight there. Get on that ride next because it's a fun coaster. It is a fun coaster. They have some what it looks like breaks in the track, and it's cool. I really liked it. And then there's the Mario Kart ride, which I enjoyed it. I went to the version in LA. In the last 2 summers, I went on the LA version, and it's cool. It's a cool ride. I enjoyed it. It's a fun ride. Wait time's a little long, but single rider line, it wasn't so bad. And then there's Yoshi's Adventure. It's a ride I did once that was cool. Don't need to do it again. But the one thing I will say about it is if you go on it at night, you get a good view of the entire Super Mario world, the entire Nintendo world at night. And that is really cool. I love this park. It's a really great park, really great visuals of Frankenstein's castle, the Isle of Berk, great settings with the Ministry of Magic or the 1920s Paris. And then even Super Mario World, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. Now, granted, I'm not one of those people who pays money for the wands or it's like some Mario thing where you can make the things move, I think. I don't pay for extra stuff like that, but other than that, though, I'd say the food's good. I had pizza, and then I had a Das Burger, which is like a burger in the Monsters world, or Dark Universe specifically, as they call it. That was cool. I would say if I had any criticism with the park is that I want more. I need more. There's not a lot of rides, and Stardust Racers was closed, so I feel like it contributes to really long wait times and not as much to do. Like again, you can go on the Monsters Unchained ride like over and over and over again, which is really cool, but I would still like to do other things. This is an expected issue. Okay, the park just opened. There's going to be issues, and I want to say shout out to the employee at the gift shop who let me exchange hats. So I bought an Epic Universe hat, and then I saw it's too small on my big head, and they let me exchange it, no problem. So I do want to give a shout out to that. It was a really great time, and I do hope to go again when Stardust Racers is open and when maybe they have more rides. Again, the biggest criticism is that I want more. I mean, if that's your biggest criticism, in my opinion, you did a good job. I think Epic Universe is really great, and I do have to also give another shout out too. So early admission, it gets crazy, right? And there's certain points where we're waiting in clusters, and it gets me really nervous. but I will say the park does a good job of keeping the crowd under control. They make sure people walk, don't run, and then actually going into the Battle at the Ministry ride, it was really good how they really make you get in a line walking there. Like, they have certain areas that you cannot go, and they just like you are condensed to this little area to walk towards the ride, which I think is really good. It's really responsible, making sure no one gets trampled. So it really is a good park. At the end of the day, my only criticism is I want more, and hopefully rides don't go under maintenance too often. Because the Stardust Racers was unexpected. It was kind of last minute. It was supposed to open by the time I got there, and then it got extended. And depending on when I get this video out, it's still closed or got extended. Again, I don't know. We'll see how long it takes for me to get this video out. Right now, the planned reopen date is April 6th, but we will see how long that lasts. But overall, I really had a great time at this park. It's a really great park. Guys, I really recommend checking it out. On your next vacation to Universal, don't sleep on Epic Universe. It's a really great park. I really enjoyed it. Check it out. And I would give this park, what do I want to give this park? I'll give it a 9 point. We'll do a 9.21346589492 out of 10. It's really great. I really love it. It just needs a little more work, but again, it's new. That's expected. But overall, I had a really great time at this park. Really enjoyed it. And Universal customer service in general is just really good. Also, I would say that I had an epic day. I'm sorry, I couldn't do this video without that pun. But just warning you, the employees make that joke a lot. So guys, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more unique takes, interesting thoughts, and great discussions such as these. And let me know if you like this video, because I may do more theme park reviews, if so. And on that note, have a bat-tastic day.